What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video, and in today's video we have a lot of information that we need to go over. In today's video we have events that are ending in the form of the EX Volume 3 update events. Those are all going away. We'll talk about it here at the beginning of the video, but then we also have new updates that have come along overnight with the new update. We talked about the event breakdown yesterday for those notices as to what we were going to be getting today. Now it's live in the game, and we have some pretty interesting information based on that we need to talk about, including potential confirmation of a time frame and a time window for the 4th anniversary. So we got a lot to get into today, but before we go ahead and get into all of that and more, make sure if you guys haven't already done so, you smash that like button and subscribe, and let's just jump into the news. So when it comes to the news today, we have a lot to discuss, but the first thing I want to talk about is going to be what's going away, and then we'll get into the news stuff. So like I had mentioned, anything for the EX Volume 3 update is going to be going away, right? So this is going to include things such as the Tower, the Rush Dungeon. When it comes to any of the Lucky Chance events, anything that has to do with the Krohnen Relay Bingo, all this stuff is going to be going away, but there are going to be two major caveats to that will not be going away. You'll actually still have 6 days remaining on, which we'll talk about. So basically, the thing that you need to be prioritizing today is just making sure that you're feeling comfortable with where you're at as far as what you've gotten, as far as these banners are concerned, because EX Krohnen, as well as the new card set, the new option card, all that stuff are going to be going away. So if you guys haven't already pulled on the banners and you're planning on doing so, this is your final day to do it. However, when it comes to the rest of these events, you guys need to make sure that you're going in and you're trying to get as much out of them as humanly possible. Make sure that you guys finish these things up today, otherwise you will not have a chance to do so. However, like I had mentioned, there are going to be two things that are going to be exempt from expiring today that you don't necessarily have to worry about today, and that is going to be your two exchange shops. So the Lucky Exchange Shop and the Wings of Freedom Rush Dungeon Exchange Shop, both of those are going to be around for 6 more days. So what this basically means is you do not need to go ahead and worry about redeeming these tokens, nor the coins for the Rush Dungeon today. However, you will need to make sure that you do that by the end of the week, right? So make sure today that with the Rush Dungeon, as far as that's concerned, you grind out as many coins as you feel like you need in order to pick up whatever items you deem important to you over the course of the next week, because you'll be able to purchase these for 6 more days. If you guys haven't picked up the card set yet, make sure you get enough coins for that. You definitely want one at least, but both of these will be around. However, all the events will not be. This includes the banners. Make sure that you guys finish this stuff up as best you possibly can. So that is your fair warning. That's your heads up. You're probably going to have about 10 hours from now from the time I make this video and make it live, but you guys want to make sure that you pick this stuff up and you take care of these events. So with that out of the way, let's talk about what is new, right? So the new update does involve a few different things. We'll talk about it here. We'll start out with Dream Match. Dream Match has returned. EX Krohnen right here in the middle has been added to the pool. Kusanagi is again a random chance character if you're playing on random. And then there are 2 new stages added. One is for EX Angel, and then the other one is going to be for Omega Rugal. So there are going to be 2 new stages in here that you can have a chance at playing on, so that's pretty cool. There's some new soundtracks in here for some of the teams and characters, but that's basically what we got here. The badge system is also back for the events for this, so for those of you who are grinding on this, you will have a chance at those badges again for the new season. So really, there's no events, no missions, or anything like that tied to this that we necessarily need to worry too much about. So I think we can go ahead and move on, but Dream Match has returned. So for those of you out there who are big fans of this, shout out to everybody over in the Discord. Then you can go ahead and get your game on over here. But that is going to be Dream Match. That has returned, like I said. Let's talk about the in-game events beyond that, though. So there's going to be a new World Drop event, right? And the World Drop event is, of course, going to be tied to the My Summer Beach Gift event. Now, the My Summer Beach Gift event is interesting because basically, while it is structurally similar and the same as any of the other gift events that we've gotten in the past, there is going to be some really cool information here. In fact, you can even see it floating here at the top. So we're going to talk about it. So the first thing you need to know is you're going to have 3 different items this time around that you can pick up for this. Basically, if you guys want to know where you can get these, the easiest thing you can do is just check out the little fireballs down here above any of your tabs. In fact, if you go in here and you check out your different dungeons, you'll be able to see the little fireball here. It'll tell you where you can get this stuff for the World Drop event. So pretty easy stuff. We talked about in yesterday's video breaking down that forum post where they went ahead and let us know where we could pick all these items up. We broke all that down yesterday. We don't need to go back into it today. I will, of course, be telling you guys where I grinded on this thing because obviously I'm already at tier 6 on this, but we'll talk about that in a moment. First, we need to talk about the rewards, right? So the rewards are pretty awesome for this. So as you guys can see, we're going to be able to pick up a bunch of time-limited rubies. I've already got several of those, but then we're also going to have a chance at picking up these boxes. So what does this say here? Well, it says the 4th anniversary celebration special mystery box, right? At least I'm assuming that's how it finishes. But either way, basically it says here, randomly obtain 1 reward from the lineup. If you guys are wondering what the lineup is, we have no idea. However, you will see and you will notice that it says available after 6 days. So basically what we can infer from this is the 4th anniversary is going to start kicking off here within the next week, right? Probably next Monday or Tuesday. So this is really good information to have. Now we have at least some sort of idea of when we can expect this. We knew it was probably going to be middle to end of July or maybe even early August, depending on how things got moved around. But it does appear as though next week we should know what we're getting for the 4th anniversary. This is really exciting stuff, and it really does make this a very important event because we have no idea what is going to be in these. Is it going to be summon tickets? We don't know, but I would wager that you guys want to make sure that you get this gift event done, especially considering we only have 6 days with it. So how did I get this far into this yesterday? I didn't even do anything today. I did all of this yesterday. How did I do it? Well, I'll tell you guys. The way that I did this is I went ahead and I went over to the card dungeon, which I'm sure for those of you who have been around the channel here for a long time will already know I'm a big fan of grinding on this thing for these types of events. But basically the final tier of the card dungeon, I went ahead and I skip ticketed it, I think 150 times. And yeah, it was pretty easy stuff. So I'm planning on having this all but finished by the weekend. That is my plan. I'm just going to kind of take it easy for the next couple tiers, and then I might use some more AP. But as far as what I recommend for you guys, as far as grinding, you're going to notice that you have a ton of options, right? So really the biggest thing that you're going to hear a lot of people talk about is especially going to be something like Epic Quest. Epic Quest is a really good idea for this because if you still need to pick up any of the characters there and you still need to grind buffs, this is a great time to do it. So I would definitely recommend that for those of you guys out there who want to prioritize your Epic Quest. Otherwise, the card dungeon or any of the power-up dungeons where you need a specific type of item, I would recommend those as well. The reason I say that is actually twofold. First up, the card dungeon is actually still going to have some of the cards from the banner that is currently going on for the EX Volume 3. So that is going to be the first thing. So basically what I would recommend to you guys is go in here and try to maybe pick some of these up, including like the card set is in here as well. You never know, you might get lucky. I've seen plenty of people that have. I personally didn't get lucky enough to do that, but I know people who have, so shout out to them. But I always recommend the card dungeon, the epic quest, or even the story mode, specifically any of the story mode missions where you're going to be able to go up just against one boss. Very quick, very easy clears, but it comes down to what you need and where you feel comfortable grinding depending on where your account is, because some people, it might be harder for them than others. But when it comes to the power-up dungeons, I told you it was twofold as to why I was recommending these. We're coming up on what could potentially be a collaboration, and if that's the case, you don't want to get caught without a bunch of these resources. So things like your cores, your XP capsules, whatever the case may be, you guys want to make sure you're stocked up. So if there's something that you need to stock up on, go ahead and do so and use this World Drop event as an excuse to get it done. My recommendation, of course, is going to be the card dungeon or the epic quest, but any of these other dungeons are also really good for that as well, because you can kind of kill two birds with one stone. But as far as bang for your buck, in my opinion, me personally, go with the last tier of the card dungeon if you can. Otherwise, go with epic quest, especially if you don't have the characters yet. Then from there, you can kind of figure out where you want to go, because honestly, those are going to be some of the best options. But there's a ton of different options this time around. They gave us a ton of ways to pick this stuff up. It doesn't seem like it's going to be all that difficult. I already know people who have actually finished this. So it comes down to how much AP, how many skip tickets you have, and how much time you want to invest in it, really. But not anything that is too crazy. Like I said, I should have this done here in the next day or two, but I'm going to take it a little easy on these last tiers because I don't feel like I'm in that much of a rush. But we do only have 6 days, so again, keep that in mind. But this is really exciting news, you guys. This is very, very interesting stuff. We don't necessarily know what we're getting into with the 4th anniversary, but we also have a new login bonus as well. So if we go over here and we go into our check-in logs, we take a look here, our new login bonus is also going to have 6 days on it. You're going to be able to pick up 4K rubies. So there's a total amount here of 4K on this login bonus. And then I believe it's around 3,000, 3,500 or whatever the case may be over here as well. So you're able to pick up quite a bit from these 2 different events. We don't know what we're getting as far as whether it's going to be a new banner, whether it's going to be a collaboration. However, either way, you guys, you want to make sure that you're prepared. So make sure that you guys do this stuff, make sure that you're paying attention, and make sure that you are noticing that this stuff is only going to be around for 6 days. A lot of this stuff we talked about today is either ending today or going to only have 6 days left on it. So you need to make sure that you're engaged and you're getting this stuff done if you want to take full advantage of it. Otherwise, you don't want to get to this time next week and be sitting here going, well, damn, there's a collaboration potentially and I missed out on all this free stuff. So anyway, you guys, that is going to be the update. I don't think there's much more we need to talk about. It was a mini kind of tide them over update, as we like to call them here on the channel, but it is big in its implications. There's a lot of information that can be derived from this. We now have confirmation that there is going to be a 4th anniversary forthcoming, and I could not be more excited for it. Hopefully it is something that adds new content, please God, and it gives us something really cool, maybe hopefully in the form of an awesome collaboration like we've talked about here on the channel previously. But anyway, you guys, that is going to be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed it and found it informative. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of all this stuff. What do you think is going to be in those boxes? Is it Gwyneth Paltrow's head? We may never know. But anyway, you guys, let me know in the comments section down below what you think of all this. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.
Continue.